Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to another day with me, Teizzy, and Teizzy's World. Hope everybody had a good day yesterday. We're going to go ahead and continue forward here. And we are on the last of 2 Kings. Chapters 24 and 25. Jehoiakim made tributary to Nebuchadnezzar. In his days, Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, came up, and Jehoiakim became his servant 3 years. Then he turned and rebelled against him. And the Lord sent against him bands of the Chaldees, and bands of the Syrians, and bands of the Moabites, and bands of the children of Ammon, and sent them against Judea to destroy it, according to the word of the Lord, which he spake, and his servants the prophets. Surely at the commandment of the Lord came this upon Judea, to remove them out of his sight, for the sins of Manasseh, according to all that he did, and also for the innocent blood that he shed, for he filled Jerusalem with innocent blood, which the Lord would not pardon. Now the rest of the acts of Jehoiakim, and all that he did, are they not written in the book of the Chronicles of the Kings of Judea? So Jehoiakim slept with his fathers, and Jehoiachin his son reigned in his stead. And the king of Egypt came not again any more out of his land, for the king of Babylon had taken from the river of Egypt unto the river Euphrates all that pertained to the king of Egypt. Jehoiachin was 18 years old when he began to reign, and he reigned in Jerusalem 3 months. And his mother's name was Nehushta, the daughter of Elnathan of Jerusalem. And he did that which was evil in the sight of the Lord, according to all that his father had done. At that time the servants of Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, came up against Jerusalem, and the city was besieged. And Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, came against the city, and his servants did besiege it. And Jehoiachin, the king of Judea, went out to the king of Babylon, he and his mother, and his servants, and his princes, and his officers. And the king of Babylon took him in the 8th year of his reign. And he carried out thence all the treasures of the house of the Lord, and the treasures of the king's house, and cut in pieces all the vessels of the gold which Solomon king of Israel had made in the temple of the Lord, as the Lord had said. And he carried away all Jerusalem, and all the princes, and all the mighty men of valor, even 10,000 captives, and all the craftsmen of smiths and smiths. None remained, save the poorest sort of the people of the land. And he carried away Jehoiachin to Babylon, and the king's mother, and the king's wives, and his officers, and the mighty of the land, those who carried he into captivity from Jerusalem to Babylon, and all the men of might. Even 7,000, and craftsmen and smiths 1,000, all that were strong and apt for war. Even them the king of Babylon brought captive to Babylon. Zedekiah made king over Judea, and the king of Babylon made Mathanah, his father's brother, king in his stead, and changed his name to Zedekiah. Zedekiah was 21 years old when he began to reign, and he reigned 11 years in Jerusalem, and his mother's name was Hamutal, the daughter of Jeremiah. 11. And he did that which was evil in the sight of the Lord, according to all that Joachim had done. For through the anger of the Lord it came to pass in Jerusalem and Judea, until he had cast them out for his presence, that Zedekiah rebelled against the king of Babylon. Jerusalem again besieged, and it came to pass in the 9th year of his reign, in the 10th month, in the 10th day of the month, that Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, came, he and all his host, against Jerusalem, and pitched against it, and they built forts against it round about. And this city was besieged until the 11th year of King Zedekiah. And of the 9th day of the 4th month, the famine prevailed in the city, and there was no bread for the people of the land. And the city was broken up, and all the men of war fled by night by the way of the gate, between two walls, which is by the king's garden. Now the Chaldees were against the city round about. Smiley face. And the king went the way toward the plain, and the army of the Chaldees pursued after the king, and overtook him in the plains of Jericho, and all his army were scattered from him. So they took the king and brought him up to the king of Babylon, to Riblah, and they gave judgment upon him, and they slew the sons of Zedekiah before his eyes, and put out the eyes of Zedekiah, and bound him with fetters of brass, and carried him to Babylon. And in the 5th month of the 7th day of the month, which is the 19th year of King Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, came Nebuzaradan, captain of the guard, a servant of the king of Babylon, unto Jerusalem. And he burnt the house of the Lord, and the king's house, and all the houses of Jerusalem, and every great man's house burnt he with fire. It's crazy how I just read that, because I woke up and weirdly, I woke up to was fake bird chirping. I didn't get any weird message with this one besides just aggravated like I woke up at 2 o'clock in the morning. By tablet. Playing fake bird chirping. And it was actually a basketball game. It's weird. Didn't sound like a basketball game. But then I woke up again and I got this weird... It's crazy. I don't know what said it, but it said, I'll go ahead and say it. You take it if it resonates with you, because I know it don't resonate with me. You get burned. And I just read about a bunch of people I just had to say that after I read this right here. Because I was sat there wondering, what does that mean? You get burned. Then it says, he burnt the house of the Lord, and the king's house, and all the houses of Jerusalem. You get burned. And the crazy thing is that the fake birds that woke me up, and then later I woke up by that same sound of real birds with the message, you get burned. It's crazy, just so you know. And all the army of the Chaldees that were with the captain of the guard break down the walls of Jerusalem round about. Now the rest of the people that were left in the city, and the fugitives that fell away, to the king of Babylon, with the remnant of the multitude did Nebuzaradan, the captain of the guard, carry away. But the captain of the guard left of the poor of the land to be vine dressers and husbandmen. Temple treasures removed to Babylon, and the pillars of brass that were in the house of the Lord, and the bases, and the brazen sea that was in the house of the Lord. Did the Chaldees break in pieces, and carried the brass of them to Babylon, and the pots, and the shovels, and the snuffers, and the spoons, and all the vessels of brass wherewith they ministered, took thee away, and the fry pans, and the bowls, and such things as were of gold, and of silver, and silver, the captain of the guard took away, and the 2 pillars, one sea and one basis, which Solomon had made for the house of the Lord. The brass of all these vessels was without weight. The height of the one pillar was 18 cubits, and the chapter upon it was brass, and the height of the chapter 3 cubits, and the wreathen work and pomegranates upon the chapter round about all the brass, and like unto these had the 2nd pillar with wreathen work. And the captain of the guard took Sariah the chief priest, and Zephaniah the 2nd priest, and the 3 keepers of the door. And out of the city he took an officer that was set over the men of war, and 5 men of them that were in the king's presence, which were found in the city, and the principal scribe of the host, which mustered the people of the land, and 80 men of the people of the land that were found in the city. And Nebuzaradan, captain of the guard, took these, and brought them to the king of Babylon, to Riblah. And the king of Babylon smote them, and slew them at Riblah, in the land of Hamath. So Judea was carried away out of their land. And as for the people that remained in the land of Judea, whom Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, had left, even over them he made Gedaliah, the son of Ahikam, the son of Shaphan, ruler. And when all the captains of the armies, they and their men, heard that the king of Babylon had made Gedaliah governor, there came to Gedaliah to Masphath, even Ishmael the son of Naphtali, and Joanna the son of Kareah, and Sarah the son of Tanhumeth the Netophathites, and Janir the son of a Machathite, they and their men. And Gedaliah sware to them and to their men, and said unto them, Fear not to be the servants of the Chaldees. Dwell in the land, and serve the king of Babylon, and it shall be well with you. But it came to pass in the 7th month, that Ishmael the son of Nathaniel, the son of Elishama, of the seed royal, came, and 10 men with him, and smote Gedaliah, that he died, and the Jews and the Chaldees that were with him at Maspha. The Jews flee to Egypt, and all the people, both small and great, and the captains of the armies arose and came to Egypt, for they were afraid of all the Chaldees. And it came to pass in the 7th and 13th and 12th month of the 7th and 20th day of the month, that evil Merodach, king of Babylon, in the year that he began to reign, did lift up the head of Jehoiachin, king of Judea, out of prison. And he spake kindly to him, and set his throne above the throne of the kings that were with him in Babylon, and changed his prison garments. And he did eat bread continually before him all the days of his life. And his allowance was a continual allowance given him of the king, a daily rate for every day, all the days of his life. All right, thank you all so much here for joining me. I really appreciate it. We're going to go ahead and move back. If anybody did take a break, welcome back. And we are going to move forward to John chapter 5, verses 1 to 24. Christ's second Passover. After this, there was a feast of the Jews, and Jesus went up to Jerusalem. Now there is at Jerusalem by the sheep market a pool, which is called in the Hebrew tongue Bethesda, having 5 porches. In these lay a great multitude of impotent folk, of blind, halt, withered, waiting for the moving of the water. For an angel went down at a certain season into the pool, and troubled the water. Whosoever then first after the trouble of the water stepped in was made whole of whatsoever disease he had. And a certain man was there, which had a infirmity 38 years. When Jesus saw him lie, and he knew that he had been now a long time in that case, he said unto him, Wilt thou be made whole? The impotent man answered him, Sir, I have no man, when the waters troubled, to put me into the pool. But while I am coming, another steppeth down before me. Jesus saith unto him, Rise, take up thy bed, and walk. And immediately the man was made whole, and took up his bed and walked. And on the same day was the Sabbath. The Jews therefore said unto him that was cured, It is the Sabbath day. It is not lawful for thee to carry thy bed. He answered them, He that made me whole, the same said unto me, Take up thy bed and walk. Then asked they him, What man is that which said unto thee, Take up thy bed and walk? And he that was healed was not who it was, for Jesus had conveyed himself away, a multitude being in that place. After Jesus findeth him in the temple, and said unto him, Behold, thou art made whole. Sin no more, lest a worse thing come unto thee. The man departed, and told the Jews that it was Jesus, which had made him whole. And therefore did the Jews persecute Jesus. And sought to slay him. Sacrificial lamb. As foretold. Because he had done these things on the Sabbath day. But Jesus answered them, My Father worketh hitherto, and I work. Therefore the Jews sought the more to kill him, because he not only had broken the Sabbath, but said also that God was his Father, making himself equal with God. One uppercase, two lowercase. Then answered Jesus and said unto them, Verily, verily, I say unto you, the Son can do nothing of himself, but what he seeth the Father do. For what things soever he doth, these also doth the Son likewise. For the Father loveth the Son, and showeth him all things that himself doth. And he will show him great works than these, that ye may marvel. For as the Father raiseth up the dead, and quickeneth them, even so the Son quickeneth whom he will. For the Father judgeth no man, but hath committed all judgment unto the Son, that all men should honor the Son, even as they honor the Father. He that honoreth not the Son honoreth not the Father which hath sent him. Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that hath my word, and believeth on him that sent me, hath everlasting life, and shall not come unto condemnation, but is passed from death unto life. All right. Thank you all for joining me. I hope everybody has a wonderful day, right? So till next time, which is tomorrow, I will get a set point eventually. I'm trying to check it out and see what is an actual good set point for others as well. So I'll eventually find one, and I'm gonna follow my intuition on which times. Who knows? Maybe God's not on a set time for everybody. Maybe it's just like a boom, 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 here, there, follow everywhere. All right, but till next time, right? Which is tomorrow. Amen. God bless you all. Mwah. See ya.